Assalamu alaikum, this is Shama Tazara, and today I'm going to discuss a new topic, that is acute kidney injury. But the main topic on which my whole discussion will be focused today will be what is the Rifles criteria, and yes, how we can identify that this word, just listening the word rifle criteria, how you can remember that for which disease it is used, and a technique to remember it. So I have made a mnemonic here to completely remember this whole criteria and how it can be used in identifying the acute kidney injury. Now, first of all, first point that we'll discuss is what is acute kidney injury. Fine. Acute kidney injury, as the name suggests, that it occurs rapidly because it is acute, so it is basically rapid action, and since kidney is affected, so it would be related to some kidney, and injury means any insult to the kidney. So what does this whole term means? That it is rapid decline in the kidney function. Fine. And as a result, the serum creatinine levels are now higher than normal. This is the whole acute kidney injury. And now serum creatinine levels, they are even less. A rise of 0.3 milligram per deciliter is considered as significant. Fine. Now, talking about our main discussion, that is the Rifles criteria. Now, the word rifle, whenever you listen in your mind, you see or you recall that what is rifle. Rifle is this instrument, or you can say this is a machine or a rifle which is used. Why it is used? It is used to kill some innocent people or some bad people. So considering that this was some innocent person who was killed by this rifle, or basically not killed, you can say that when it is used to injure someone. So we have two words in our mind. First is rifle. Why it is used? It is used to cause injury to someone. Now, how we will remember that this injury is in which organ of the body, or particularly in which disease of that organ? Fine. So we can easily come to the main point and tell someone without even getting confused on this point. Fine. So let's just start our discussion. I hope you'll love it, you'll enjoy this whole video, and you'll never ever forget throughout your life what is rifle criteria, because it is very 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 important in your clinical practice, and I'll tell you why after some time. First, consider this whole mnemonic. This is a rifle. Rifle is used to cause injury to a person in which organ? This is rifle, RIFLE. So take this R, and R is used for renal in our body. Fine. So renal is the keyword which we have get, and R is also for rapid. So considering this whole discussion, we can easily recall and we can easily tell someone that why is this criteria used. This whole criteria is used, rapid renal injury, for acute kidney injury. Rapid acute renal kidney injury. So the rifle criteria is used for acute kidney injury to classify acute kidney injury into different stages. Fine. Here I think up to now the whole discussion is clear. If you have any confusion, you can ask me in the comment section. Moving on. Second point which we'll discuss is that knowing what is rifle criteria, for which disease we can use. Moving on, that what is now disease is confirmed, acute kidney injury. Now what is the purpose? What is purpose of the rifle criteria? Fine. So its basic purpose is that when you're in your clinical practice and a patient comes to you, you can easily identify that at which stage of disease the patient is by this rifle criteria, and we can stage it, that suppose patient is in R stage or I stage or F stage or L stage or E stage, and then we can accordingly manage the patient effectively. So this is the basic purpose why we use the rifle criteria, and what is the advantage or what is the benefit of using rifles criteria. Now moving on to our third step. Now what does this rifle means? Okay, RIFLE. Now instead of you just memorize it whole, that okay, R is for this, I is for this, you just whole cram this all. You don't need to cram it all. Just come back to a mnemonic. Imagine this was a person, he knew that if he crosses a line, if he crosses this line and comes forward, then he will be injured. So at first stage he is at threat of being injured. Fine, at first stage this person was at threat of being injured, means first stage will be R for risk of having an injury. Fine. Now at this stage, if we take the necessary preventive measures, if we treat the patient effectively, then we can easily prevent him from progressing to the injury stage. Now if he doesn't take any measures, if he doesn't take care of this whole threat and risk and doesn't take it seriously, then what happens is that the thing which he was threatening from, the thing he was at risk of, will now occur. So injury will occur. I for injury. Moving on to the F. Now when injury occurs, then gradually that part of the body will start to lose its function. Fine, that part will be unable to perform its function effectively, so failure will start. So F is for failure. Now once the failure starts, then ultimately there will be complete loss of their function if not treated properly. Fine, so there will be complete loss of function. So the next two criteria, L for loss, E for end stage renal disease, they are associated with the complete loss of the function of the kidney. Now I think you have memorized from this whole story that what are the abbreviations of this whole. Now you tell me, what is risk? R is for risk, I is for injury, F is for failure. Now now failure is starting to occur because injury is progressed. L is for loss. Now this loss and E for end stage renal disease, these two are basically that at this stage there is complete loss of function. Now how we will differentiate this stage is basically the Reifel criteria. Fine, talking about the second part of a discussion, that what is the main criteria that we can divide the disease into R, I, F, L and E, these 5 stages. Sorry. So these first 3 stages and these last 2 stages. First 3 stages, to memorize that how we will differentiate them, I have made a technique. I hope it will help you out, that what is the function of this beautiful kidney. This is our kidney. It performs very important functions in our body. So basically, what are the functions of this kidney? First is that it filters waste from our body. Now, and second is that after filtering the waste into the tubules, it will then cause production of urine and excretion of urine, the urine output, you can say. Filter the waste. When the kidney will filter the waste, what will happen? The waste will start to decrease in the urine, in the blood, sorry. And if it doesn't filter the waste, then the waste will start to accumulate in our body. Clear? So filter waste, first is that how much it filters, and second point here is that first is how much it filters, and second is at which rate it filters, how much it filters and at which rate it filters. Now for how much it filters, now I am going to talk about the basic 3 points by which we'll differentiate these first 3 stages. I'll write it with blue. So for how much is the measure we use for identifying that how much kidney is filtering waste from our blood is the serum creatinine levels, our first criteria. Second is the rate. So the rate at which filtration occurs is called the glomerular filtration rate, our second criteria. And third, the amount of urine produced, we call it urine output. Now these are now the 3 criterias by which we can differentiate the R, I and F, risk, injury and failure. Fine. Now the second 2, L and E, in it complete loss of function occurs, and I'll explain it later on. Fine. Now for urine output, I have made a mnemonic. In fact, for all these 3 I have made a mnemonic, starting from the urine output. Now the urine output is less than 0.5 milliliter per kg per hour. So remember this figure, it is for all the R, I and F, for all three of them. Now if this less than 0.5 milliliter per kg per hour urine output is for 6 hours, then it is risk, patient is at risk. If this much urine or less than this amount of urine is for double it 12 hours, then it's injury, and again double it if it is for 24 hours, then it's failure. So what we have done here is that we have taken this constant figure less than 0.5 milliliter per kg per hour in all the 3 points, and we have now taken the 6 as constant. Now for 6 hours, double it out for 12 hours for injury and double it out for 24 hours in case of failure. So I think this criteria is now clear in your mind. Fine. Now take this 0.5 for determining the levels of the serum creatinine levels. Listen carefully. Now we know that creatinine is a factor, is basically a product or a waste product that is filtered by the kidney and secreted by the kidney. What is secretion? That it is taken up from the blood and excreted in the urine. So this is secretion. So its value is very less in the blood, of course, because we have to excrete it out. Its value is just less. It's just consider 1.5 times. So if 1.5 times increase in the serum creatinine levels occur, then normal, that is risk. Take this 0.5, add to 1.5. So if 2 times increase in the serum creatinine levels occur, then it is the state of injury. We have add this 0.5 here. Now double this 0.5. We'll add 1 here, and what will occur is that if there is 3 times increase in the serum creatinine levels, then a patient is in a state of failure. Now the last criteria that is left is the GFR. So as we know, the normal value of GFR is 125 milliliter per minute. It is normal value. So considering this normal value, leave this one, take this 25, and how we will define is that take 25 here. So if there is 25% decrease, because we know the kidney function is decreasing, its main function GFR is now reducing. So if the reduction in the GFR is less than 25%, fine, GFR is reduced by 25%, then patient is at risk stage. Add 25 to it. If it is reduced by 50%, then the patient is at state of injury, and add 25 if it is reduced by 75%, then patient is at the stage of failure. So what we have to do here is we are just adding 25s in it. So this is just a very easy way that you can never forget these whole values. I'll give a quick recall for risk, injury and failure. For risk, to define urine output is less than 0.5 milliliter per kg per hour. Memorize this value, and then for 6 hours, if this value is for 6 hours, then it's risk. Double it for 12 hours, it's this injury, and double it for 24 hours, then it's failure. Talking about serum creatinine levels, take this 0.5 to add here. 1.5 times increase in the serum creatinine levels, risk, plus 0.5 2 times injury, plus 1 double it out 3 times increase, it's failure. Now just GFR left. We know normal value of GFR is 125 milliliter per minute. Leave this one, take 25. So if it's 25% decrease, it is risk. If it's 50% decrease, it's injury. If it's 75% decrease, it's failure. So these are the whole criteria we have identified in the patient, and as a result we can classify risk, injury and failure. Now we are left with just 2 points, that is loss and end stage renal disease. These loss and end stage renal disease, at this stage it's very like the most easiest stage are these two. At this stage there is complete loss of function of the kidney, and patient is now requiring dialysis for survival. Fine, in both these stages. So to differentiate both of them, if it's basically the time frame, that how much time is passed since the complete loss of function of the kidney occurred. So in loss, it's if the complete loss of function of the kidney occurs for greater than 4 weeks, it is loss, and if it occurs for greater than 3 months, then it is end stage renal disease. This is all of the Rifle criteria for acute kidney injury. I hope you liked the video. You will never forget about the Rifle criteria. It's an easy way to recall it. Starting coming to our first page, this is his rifle. This is that innocent person which was killed. So rifle causes injury. R for renal is just a quick summary of the whole discussion. R for renal, R for rapid. So it is used for acute kidney injury. What is its purpose? By using the rifle criteria, when we are doing clinical practice, we can exactly stage the disease at which the patient is currently, and we can manage the patient effectively. Then what is the whole criteria? R for risk, I for injury, F for failure, L for loss, E for end stage renal disease. We have 3 criteria to differentiate the first 3, that is depending on the functions of the kidney. This is my mnemonic which I made just to help you guys to remember it all. What are the functions of kidney? To filter waste and to produce urine. Urine, from it we can recall one point is urine output. Filter waste, at which rates are filtered, how much are filtered, at which rate is GFR, how much are filtered, it's serum creatinine levels. So these are the 3 criteria: serum creatinine levels, GFR, urine output. So this is the whole values. I've already explained how you recall them all. And in case of loss and stage renal disease, it's the complete loss of function. Patient requires dialysis, and the difference between these two is just the time frame from which the loss of kidney function has occurred since. So L loss is for greater than 4 weeks complete loss of function of kidney. For end stage renal disease, greater than 3 months complete loss of function of the kidney. So I hope you liked the video. I hope you enjoyed studying this funny way of Rifle criteria and a bit easier way. So please like, share and subscribe my video, and please share it with your fellows so that maximum can avail the benefit of studying in this quarantine in a very interesting way. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz. See you in the next video.